there's a lot of angst in Washington about what Democrats ought to do about Neil Gorsuch because he's a family man. He looks nice. He looks good. He's well respected in his community. Apparently, he's a Black Diamond skier or whatever. He's got like everything going for him. So, what are Democrats going to do? He's such a good man. We can't oppose him, can we? Hell yes. What should Democrats do? This should not be a question. Democrats should vote against him. And this is important. Why is it important? Because Republicans, they may control the Senate, but they only have 52 votes. They need 60 under the rules. They need 8 Democrats. So no Democrat, not one Democrat should vote with Gorsuch. And I don't think this is a no-brainer for me. I mean, this question about what should Democrats do? Vote against Neil Gorsuch. I'll give you 10 reasons why they ought to vote against Neil Gorsuch. Number one, he's appointed by Donald Trump. Boom.
That's
End
it.
of story.
Say no more, man.
That's enough for me. Anybody Donald Trump appoints is not going to be somebody that we want on the court to decide our issues. Number two, payback for Merrick Garland. Yeah. President Obama nominated Merrick Garland. He had every right to. He was still president of the United States. It was the beginning of 2016, and the Republicans would not even give Merrick Garland a hearing. So hell with it. Treat them the same way. Do not let Neil Gorsuch get Merrick Garland's seat. Number three, think about this. This is going to put the Supreme Court, this is an opportunity to turn this court around. With Neil Gorsuch on the court, this will put this court in a conservative right-wing direction for the next, who knows, 25, 30, 40 years. So this is an opportunity. This is a turning point. Number four, Gorsuch says he's an originalist, like Antonin Scalia. I mean, that's insane, that whole theory originally, that the Constitution only means what the founders said it meant back in 1789 or something. I mean, it's crazy. This country has evolved. One of the reasons we still have a republic and we still have the Constitution is because people have interpreted the Constitution as it goes along as we go along to fit the times. You've got to live that way. You can't live in the past. It's a stupid, silly argument. Number five, he has shown in his decisions, look at his record. There are many places you can look. By People for the American Way, for example, that his record shows he is pro-business, pro-big business, anti-workers, and anti-consumers in decision after decision after decision. Number six, one of those decisions, Hobby Lobby. He's a guy who says that Hobby Lobby is right, that they can say our religious faith prevents us. Under our religious faith, we've got a right to deny contraceptive coverage in the insurance of our employees, which is an outrageous decision by this Roberts Supreme Court, and Merrick Garland supported that on the federal district level. The seventh reason is we don't know where he stands. And these 7, 8, and 9, and 10, if you will, these are important issues, and we've no indication where he stands. And without that, I wouldn't risk it. One is this so-called Chevron Deference, which, boy, talk about a crazy legal term. But what it means is if there's any doubt, the court has ruled that you should let the agency decide how they're going to carry out a new law or a new regulation, whether it's the Interior Department or the EPA or transportation. Because, the laws passed by Congress don't necessarily fill in all the blanks, fill in all the details. It's up to the agencies to enforce those laws and implement those laws. Chevron Deference says you give, and that's how, for example, the Supreme Court, Roberts Supreme Court, said it was up to EPA to decide how they carried out the Clean Air Act. And if the Clean Air Act meant some tough rules on new coal plants, for example, then the EPA was right to issue those rules. Where does Garland stand on that? We don't know. Where does he stand on Roe v. Wade? Again, we really don't know. All he said was if Donald Trump had asked him, he would have walked out of the room, if you believe that.
I don't believe that.
I don't either. And Peter pointed out he has not said Roe v. Wade is the law of the land, therefore it shall stand. On the Second Amendment, no decisions by Merrick Garland on the Second Amendment. I think coming from Colorado, if I may say, and also coming from Donald Trump, we know where he stands on gun safety, not good. And finally, on the Muslim ban, he's going to be asked to deal on that probably soon, were he on the court. And he refused to say yesterday how he would stand on what 3 courts already, 4, including a district court, have already shot down. There's enough out there about the Muslim ban. He could ask that question. So those are 10 good reasons I say, Democrats, get some backbone, get some spine. Think about the future of this country and the American people. Vote no on Neil Gorsuch.